Okay, are we live? Just going to do a short stream tonight. Yeah, the Kerbal Fund Tracker is going, chat isn't going. Give it a minute before the stream to catch up, and then we will... Oh, see, look, a little texture down there. The kitty. Kitty. What are we after? Start. Yeah, we'll start that, and then... we don't have anything in orbit we can bring back. Let me start cute Kerbal chat. Hello, that SSTO guy. Hi, how you been? Thanks for dropping in tonight. I'm just doing a short Kerbal stream. I've been streaming for 17 minutes, and I aim to be no more than an hour tonight, because I've got other things to do and other things to carry on with this month. So what I'm doing at the moment is just taking some cargo up to the space station, because I need to take extra power modules to a. I'm out of practice. We're already at an apoapsis of 117. It should be a lot less than that. Yeah, way out of practice. The Kerbal launches at the moment. Yeah, we've got something on Minmus that doesn't have enough power, so I'm taking up some cargo, some power packs that we can try and take to Minmus. But we're going to mess around with the super modded install of KSP. A super modded install, something that takes hours to scroll down the icons on the right, does it? Super modded. If we do that, let's check the orbit. Yeah, I've messed up this launch at the moment. Where's the station we've got to get to? The station is... I should know its orbit really, but I don't. It's Cafe Alpha, which is at 143. I've got like all the planet packs as well as KSP and all the future tech mods. Yeah, I suppose you must be able to do all sorts of stuff on that. With lots of parts. So I noticed a lot of people use this one mod, which I've been thinking of getting, which turns the panels down here to look like KSP2 with a black background. That's the one mod I have been thinking about getting. A lot of people seem to be using that lately. What's the workflow for some of the autopilot mods? Like, is it MechJeb or something? We can just click a button and it'll do the entire orbital, get you into orbit automatically. I wonder what's the workflow on that. Then I'm doing everything manual. And then again, I don't really want to start messing around with autopilot mods and trying to, because then it might make me lazy. But some of the times I do feel a little bit stressed getting stuff into orbit, and I'm going to make a mistake and I don't want to reset. Where are we doing? Where's the station? There you go, Cafe Alpha. Set its target. Set its target. Ascending node, is that the one closest to apoapsis? No, it isn't. This node's closest to apoapsis. So it's the node closest to apoapsis is the one where it's going to use less power, less fuel to do an inclination change. So that's it ends up being a lot more building rockets. I used to not use it, but for missions with 5 foot launches, I'll use it. Yeah. Because it gets a bit tedious doing like multiple launches, doesn't it? Right, descending node, reset that normal, going the other way. Make sure it's maneuvering. 3 Kerbals on board. Here we go. Right, we get to the station now. There's going to be a lot of things docked at the station. We're also bringing fuel up as well. Hi, Lumi. Hang on, just pause the podcast I was listening to. Sorry about ignoring chat for a minute there. Listening to a podcast. I was only going to do an hour-long stream tonight. What I'm doing at the moment is bringing up some cargo to this space station because we've got a mining rig on Minmus with not enough power. So I've got a bunch of power things on board. I got batteries, and we got should be more batteries in there. Batteries. We're going to put them on a cargo lander. We got 2 landers, and one of them's docked to this station, and this one's got cargo panniers on it. And the other lander, which is somewhere else, hasn't got cargo panniers on it. And one of the tugs had got 2 tugs docked to the station. Right, we've got to try and get this there now. Where's the free docking port? One on the bottom. Of course, this has got fuel as well, because this only needs that fuel to return, so this fuel is what's going to be delivered to the station. Okay, let's go towards it. Find a docking port. It could be used one on the other side. On the other side of there's what dock to. We'll dock to the tug. We'll dock to the tug. There's one on the other side. I don't spend too long streaming tonight because I've got other things to do. But I wanted to remain consistent after a couple of weeks away streaming recently, getting a bit burnt out as well as hot weather in the night. So I decided last night actually. I thought I'd stream Derail Valley as well. So I was wondering if I could do Kerbal one night and then Derail Valley the next night. Just experiment and see how that goes. Okay. It's easier to go nose in, isn't it? So we could use that docking port there. That's the one I intend to go on there, set as target. Yeah, this space station was originally just a couple of fuel tanks with a docking port on the side, and that's all it was originally. But I ended up having a landing rig that didn't work on Minmus, so I brought it here as a staging post and I just left it there. There's remains of a space probe docked there between it. And I just thought it looked good, so I just left that there. And we got another fuel tank that was just a spare fuel tank, and that's just connected there. One of the landers and 2 tugs. So just a bit of simple space manoeuvring this time, just doing some docking, and then we'll transfer to security, not security, batteries from here over to this lander. The lander, I believe, is called the Weasel, because I named the landers after mustelids, and the lander we normally use is called the Ferret. I can't remember what I've called that one, what I named that. Might have been Weasel or Stoat or something. Because I made a few landers based on a similar sort of design. I named them after mustelids. The tugs are named after engineers. Hello, A30. Yeah, I'm not going to be streaming for too long tonight. So I mean, we've been streaming for 31 minutes already, and I was aiming for about an hour stream tonight. Yeah, I'm just delivering some cargo and fuel to the station and get that lander out to Minmus so we can try and to repair a mining rig out on Minmus. But I'm not going to be doing that tonight. It's going to take too long. I've got a lot of other tasks and things to do tonight. So I wasn't aiming for a long stream. Okay. Get that below 0.3 meters per second. There we go. Thing is, in order to stop this wibbling apart, because the Kraken can come along and eat space stations when they're there's too much things docked together. You should really get all the weight into the center as quickly as possible. Towards the center of space stations. So we'll get the fuel out of there for the time being. I think we'll have to make another trip up here with many crew. Yeah, there's a few crew. We just brought 3 up. Gweniella is over there on that tug. She needs to come back. So let's transfer Gweniella. Gweniella can come back as well. Crew in here don't need to go back. So we've got 4 on board at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. A couple of engineers, because I wasn't sure if we could transfer this cargo through the station or whether we need to use an engineer to transfer it externally. So I'm not sure. Right, there's one of the cargo panniers there. Why have we got parachutes in there? Oh yeah, we could just transfer them through. Yeah, okay, that's easy. Now let's take the parachutes out. Actually, we leave them. No, bring the parachutes out because can only stick 1 parachute in there because this doesn't come down, does it? All right, we'll do that. Right, we've got the other side as well. There's another cargo pannier here. Put it in the other cargo pannier. Then we'll take the parachute over there and bung it in there. Did I bring any other batteries up? We've got 2 more batteries there. 2 more batteries there. We didn't put any in there. No, we just got the repair things in case we need them. Okay, that's it. Equalize the cargo. There we go. All right, let's bring these Kerbals back. 5, make sure everything's fine. We'll transfer fuel into there. Okay. 5 again. And undock. Right, we'll bring these back. Because this will deorbit itself. It's not the most elegant orbital deorbit machine, but it does the job. It just does the job. In real life, you wouldn't. You love Tylo so much. Yeah, I've not been out to Tylo yet. I've not been out to Tylo. Even though, hang on, let me just check the statistic before I claim it. Yeah, even though I got 1,800 hours playing Kerbal Space Program, I still haven't been out to Tylo. Yeah, Lathe. I still don't know the name of the other outer planets. I'm just happy staying around Kerbin's sphere of influence. Yeah, in real life, you wouldn't start the main engines so close to a space station like that or anything else, another vehicle, because it can damage it in real life. Cat. Oh, yeah, cat. When I tab out, it'll show you cat pictures. It's my kitty. It's my little kitty. Surprised, because occasionally she'll jump on the desk and try to sit on the keyboard. Right, so I'm aiming to reduce the orbit to about 80 by 80. That's where I do the deorbit burn. So I'm only going to use a little bit of throttle and just watch periapsis decrease. Okay, and then warp to periapsis and we'll lower the apoapsis. Okay, there we go. We got the orbit set, so we've got to find the right place to do the deorbit burn. Do deorbit burn. Don't need to spend any fuel to circularize around Joule. I can just sling it around Tylo. It's like gravity deorbiting. Not deorbiting, slowing down. Decelerating, I think, is the word I was looking for. Right, let's do the deorbit burn now. Do it round about here. We'll do a quick save before we're doing the deorbit burn. Oh, hang on, we're facing the wrong direction. Oh, see, I haven't played Kerbal for a couple of weeks. I'm just out of practice. And I just did the burn in totally the wrong direction. Right, there you go. Retrograde. There we go. That's what we need. And I got this little lander over here on the other head peninsula of land. So we can see where to stop. I'll do by there. We've got stuff down here. We'll try and get as close to KSC as possible because this is a what you call it? It's a career game, so we need the money from returned parts. Right, retract the solar panels. We don't need those now. And this isn't as elegant as deorbiting as some of our other vehicles. But I'll bring the fuel tanks up here just in case we need to change the CFG on the way back. Because what I do with some of the other craft, the things we deorbit, I use the fuel as like a ballast, and we can move it forward and backwards in the tanks. But this isn't the most elegant deorbiting machine. Yeah, and the flag is Hyogoken. I've been using it because it appears that it's the same upside down or the right way around. Right. My phone beside me has just randomly restarted. So now it's gone bright all of a sudden. I don't know why. I've actually got 4 phones on my desk. And it's the Pixel 3 that's just randomly restarted. I don't know why. Let's just move some fuel forward, put the CG forward. Yeah, this is not going to be a good deorbit. Because sometimes, often with the other vehicles, I can get them right on the runway, but this looks like it's going in the drink. Yeah, we've got no control. Very little control. It's not like the other craft. I mean, if we had more altitude, we could pull it out. Can we fly it like we can with the others? Maybe we can pull out of it. Don't want to kill a Kerbal. There we go.
Terrain. Pull up.
Watching the... We do have vehicles, cause... Oh no, we're not gonna make it. We're still going down even though we're in that altitude. Never mind. And we run out of power. Yeah, we got no power. Alright. At least Kerbal survived. Right. Because I've got other things to do tonight, I'm not going to get the boat out, but we do actually have boats and things and a whole fleet of craft to pick up down stages from the water and from other parts of Kerbin. But we're not going to do it tonight. We'll just do a straight recovery, which means we sacrifice some recovered money from recovered parts, basically. Sorry, I'm messing around with the things on the other monitor. Alright, for a little bit, because I only wanted to stream for an hour. We got 10 minutes left. So what I'll do is I'll switch back to Kerbal. what I'll do, I'll test a little mod I've been working on. It's this blue one here. I haven't got an icon for it yet. This is a little mod I've been working on, was the horizontal situation indicator, because I wanted a horizontal situation what's it called? Indicator. Instrument in game, so I've just been working on this. So we'll press F5 for a quick save. Start the engine up. Right, take the brakes off. Set some trim. And we'll throttle up to full throttle. We'll get the HSI working now. Yes, lovely aircraft this is. Of all the aircraft I've built all sorts of aircraft in Kerbal over the 1,800 hours I've been playing. But this one just is the most forgiving to fly, I think. Because I don't fly with SAS on. Get all the balance nice and right. Right, HSI. Just throttle down a bit. If we set the HSI to 270, scroll wheel there, and it'll give us our horizontal situation, our difference in that direction relative to direction to our horizontal deviation, I think is the words I'm looking for, compared to the track that we want to be on. The track we've got set is 270. So if we go to the right of the runway, the red line's to the left, showing us the runways off to the left. And if we move to the other side of the runway, and the red line goes the other way, shows us whether we're on track. Horizontal situation is, but the thing is with the HSI, it's different from an ILS, so that we can actually use it with any target. So we can use it for navigation. Because I'd like to stick a flag over there, that one of the other airfields. I'd like to stick a flag over there and use it as a navigational beacon. So what I'd like is now the little arrow, because a real life HSI instrument will have a little white arrow, a little white triangle on it, showing you whether you're going towards a target or away from a target. Well, I say target, I mean it's like a navigational beacon, a VOR or NDB. It's like if we set that south, we can go perfectly north relative to our target, can't we? Let's test that. Yeah, this is one of the problems when I'm one of the bugs. As this meter at the bottom doesn't work when we're over too far from the targets. Yeah, it should be moving. That red line right now should be moving, but it's not moving. I mean, go north like that. Actually, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. We set. All right, because we're going away from it, not. Yeah. All right. Okay. We're still experimenting. Still experimenting. So that would send us perfectly north of a target. But then, right. So we're heading almost perfectly north, but the target's off to the right, and then the red line's out there. Hang on. So we go in this direction for a bit. See, I think the problem I got with this, it only seems to work when you're going towards a target, not away from a target. And a real HSI, you'd be able to use it when you're both going towards and away from a target. It's like I'm expecting this to cross the white line and go the other way, but it's not. Right, set that to 180. Yeah, see, now it works. Now it's working in the right direction. Okay, let's set this to 270, and then we'll get this in for a landing. Yeah, the mic's not working. Sorry, I had the mic muted. I did press a button, but it didn't activate. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, this doesn't work. I made the folder earlier, and it didn't appear in the list. So what I did, I just overwrote experimental in order to get the textures, but the folder didn't appear in the list. Whether I put Pebble Cup or Pebble Cups, it didn't make a difference. Yeah, what I was saying, that with the HSI problem, it doesn't work when we're going away from a target. It only works when we're going to a target. That's the bug I've got to try and work out. And earlier in the stream, when you weren't here, I took some cargo and things up to the space station because I want to repair the stuff we've got on Minmus. Yeah, I won't be doing a long stream tonight. I'll be ending the stream shortly because we've been streaming for an hour and 1 minute. And I've got a lot of other things to do this month, so I'd like to try and catch up with them. Other things I got to do. I got other videos to record. I got videos to edit for other channels. So make sure it looks like this. Oh, you need a subfolder with textures. Oh, you're right. You need a subfolder with textures. All right, that's where my problem is. You need a subfolder called textures. Okay. That's probably where my problem is. I didn't put them in a subfolder. I just put it in texture pack Pebble Cups. All right, I'll experiment later. Hi, Big Sparky. I'm not going to be streaming for much longer tonight. I'm only going to do a short stream, about an hour. We've been streaming for more than an hour. I was only intending to have an hour. Look, I'm going to have to do another. We're going to have to do another pass. We're coming in too high. Touch and go. Yeah, we're not going to stop before the end of the runway at the moment, are we? We might do it. Floating. Let's go around. Unstable approach. Go around. I gotta find my old logbook because when I was a teenager I did some flying lessons I got a little logbook. I got to find it. It's in the back room somewhere in storage. And I made some inquiries about going back to flight training recently. In order to get your PPL in the UK, it costs about £15,000. I don't have that sort of money. Don't have anywhere near that sort of money. But I did make the inquiry. I don't even have the £200 for a flight simulator at the moment. Otherwise, I'd be playing flight simulator. I'll show you how a proper HSI works. Do they still have flight simulator conventions? Because I mean, it was an amazing trip when I was. How old was I? Could have been 18, 19 years old when I went to a flight simulator convention in Blackpool on my own. The microphone's still on? Yeah, the microphone's still on. I can see the levels going up and down. How do you find scratch towers on the side of the cat litter or on the bottom? How do I find scratch towers on the side of the cat litter or on the bottom? I don't know, but my kitty doesn't like the scratch towers. She prefers the cardboard scratching things. She prefers the cardboard ones. The cheap cardboard ones, because you can get scratching boards and scratching posts made of cardboard, and she prefers them. She doesn't like the ones made out of like rope and that, and hemp or whatever it's made out of, or the carpet ones. On your skin. Oh, right, that's what it is. There. Oh, it's I see. It's scratching towers. Oh, I thought it was like torn paper at first. I see. Scratching towers. Yeah. Scratching towers. You know, Baby actually has a few. I call her Baby. She answers to Baby, my cat. She's got a few, but she definitely prefers the cardboard ones. Yeah, we're way too high. Way too high. I'm gonna have to do another approach. I can usually fly really, really well, and now I'm just messing up these approaches tonight. That's what practice is. It's just practice. We're practicing in the circuit. Okay, pay attention to the HSI so we know when we can turn on to finals. Go. Don't have a lot of fuel left. There we go. Yeah, thank you for the skin. The skin's wonderful. Right, the little icon down here, the little kitty head. Yeah, it looks awesome. That's the thing we don't really have in Kerbal is differential braking, where you can just use the brakes on one wheel. At least you don't have to mess around when there's a lot of aircraft, especially light aircraft, that don't have any steering at all on the nose wheel, like Grumman's, Grumman A5 and that. They only use steering from the main gears, differential steering to steer the aircraft, differential braking for steering. Alright, I'm gonna take a break now. So I know I only wanted to do a short stream tonight because I've got a lot of other work to do. I've got videos to work on, and I got a lot of videos to put out this month. A couple will be going on to other channels. I had a couple of driving videos recently on my driving channel. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it there. Cover vessel. What's time? What's time? 1:06. Yeah, we got 100% of value from recovered parts. Yeah, we need to get our money up in Kerbal again, don't we? Okay, I'm gonna leave it there and stop streaming tonight. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for dropping by. I know it's only a short stream. Sorry about that. So Gary's been chatting tonight. We had that SSTO guy, A30. Has A30 been here before? I think A30 might have been here before. Bloomy Explains dropped in. SSTO guy and Gary Blue. And Big Sparky came here as well. Okay, I will see you all again. And what I might do is change every night, doing a different game. So I might do, if I stream tomorrow night, I might do Derail Valley, see what I feel like.